Welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of this video. In this part, we're just going to talk about how to cut the sleeve on your fabric and also how to cut the lower part of the dress on a fabric. So this is our sleeve pattern. Remember, it's a flutter sleeve that has already been cut. To cut it on a fabric, you don't place it like this on your fabric and you don't place it like this. That is the cross grain and the straight grain. You cut it in a bias grain, and this is what I mean. You place your pattern on a piece of fabric like this. Make sure it is angled towards 90 degrees like this. Then you go ahead and cut the sleeve. This is how you cut a pattern in a bias grain. For the lower parts, you ensure that your center front here is directly on the folded part of your fabric like this, because it's a center front, and then your center back and the remaining part of the fabric is angled like this, also the bias grain. This is supposed to give it the flowy effect and the bouncy effect. You cut it like this, the center front matching the folded part of your fabric, and you add your necessary allowance. There's already a video in this channel on how to sew the darts after cutting your pattern on the fabric, that is your front here and your back. There's a video on how to sew the darts the perfect way. All you need to do is you click on the link that I'll be posting in the comment section and you will find yourself there. So let's go straight ahead into stitching the other parts of the garments. So here it is. I have gone ahead and attached the bottom part of the dress. And I have also gone ahead to notch just so this part will lie flat. Now that I'm done doing that, I'm going to turn it inwards first and press the seam allowance down like this. And when I'm done doing that, I'll turn it over and press it on the right side along the seam line. When I'm done doing that, I will then go ahead and attach a zipper to the dress at the back. This is the facing I'm working with. As you can see, I have gone ahead and cut it on fabric. And not just that, I have also gone ahead to add a attached to is AST. It's lightweight, but it does the job. One thing to note about facing is that it adds structure to the area you want to attach it to. So I'll attach my zipper and then go ahead and attach my facing. I do zipper first before facing. In fact, I do the same thing with lining because I want to have a neat finishing. So first, I'm going to go ahead and measure the length of my zipper like this. 24. I'll go ahead and instead of measuring 24, I'll measure 23 inches on the outfit and go ahead and notch it. This is the zipper allowance. This is the notch. I'll do the same thing on the other side of the outfit. If all goes well, when I put it together like this, I should have 23 inches at exactly the point where I have 23 inches. So I'll just go ahead and repeat the notch on the other side of the outfit at the zipper allowance. So now that I'm done making my notches, this is the right side of my outfit. So what I'll do next is I'll just go ahead and unzip the zipper and turn it inwards like this. That is the right side of the fabric and the right side of the zipper are facing each other. Now, if you would notice, I already changed the sewing machine foot to this zipper foot. On the industrial machine, I don't know how to attach a zipper yet to the industrial machine foot, and I don't have a zipper foot for it yet. So whenever I want to install a zipper, I come to the manual machine to do that. So on the plate here, that's the needle plates, are numbers that I don't know if they're visible, but I'll show you. what it is. The numbers on this needle plate are here to guide you as to your seam allowance. My zipper allowance is 1 inch. I already know what number is for 1 inch. It's number 7. So I'm just going to guide my fabric along the number and stitch the zip in place. As you can see, the zipper is not starting exactly from this point here. It's going to start from above it. So I would mark my 0.7 on the machine, then go ahead and stitch. I'm going to stitch gently, and I'll also take note of the 23-inch mark on the outfit. Let's get started. I'll reinforce. There is no rush in stitching this. Just go ahead and do it gently. As you do, you guide your fabric to ensure that you're sewing along the zipper allowance. As I sew, I'm going to stitch very close to the zipper teeth, because the end result ought to only display the zipper teeth without the other parts of the zip. It's the reason why I use this zipper fit. This is the 23 mark. So as soon as I get there, I would reinforce by double stitching. And this is what it looks like. Very close to the teeth. So I'll flip it over and I'll do the other side. But before then, I would have to change my zipper foot. That's the direction. If you want to learn how to work with this zipper foot, let me know in the comment section and I'll make a video and post it here. So this is the other side. Stitching on this side is a bit tricky because there are no marks here to indicate the allowance. But I have a marking here on the needle plate. I'll show you. I'll bring it a bit close for you to see, that I use as my 1 inch mark. You can either do this or alternatively go ahead and measure 1 inch from the center back inwards towards the side for you to determine your 1 inch mark. That way, all you need to do is just place your zipper at the exact point where the 1 inch mark is and stitch. But in this case, I use my needle plate. I have a marking on it that tells me where the mark is. Now, someone might be there asking, why don't you just flip this over and start from the bottom upwards? That way you get to stitch it like you did the previous zipper. But it doesn't work like that in fashion and designing. Whatever direction you start stitching from, ensure that you continue stitching from that direction. And because I started from the neckline, I'm going to continue from the neckline. So I'll stitch to my 23-inch mark, then I'll stop. So I'll guide my zipper and I'll start stitching. You might notice that the zipper is slanting. That's because the center back is not straight, it's slanted. So make sure that my zipper is flat and doesn't bulge. So I'm approaching the 23-inch mark. This is it. In fact, I'm there. So what I'll do is reinforce. And this is what I have. As you can see, it's just the zipper teeth here that is showing, and this is what your zipper should look like when you're done attaching your zipper. And this is it. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish off the remaining part of the dress, that is stitching to this point. I mostly do it when I'm done attaching the zipper. So what I'll do is, at this point here, I'm going to match it. That's here. I'll open up this like this and open up this allowance as well, but I'll match it. While it's open, I'm going to use a pin to hold it together. I'm done holding together with a pin. And there's nothing wrong with stitching this place using a hand stitch. All you want is a knit job. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. As I push out my needle from this side to the other side, I'll check to see that it's matching at the point I want it to match. Okay, very good. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch upwards. That's towards the zipper. As I stitch out, ensure that this raw edge here, that's the center back, is equal. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with using a hand stitch to put everything in place. You just want a knit job, and there's nothing wrong with that. And here it is. I've gone ahead and made my stitch. Next thing I'll do is I'll turn it over to see if everything is in place on the other side. Okay, they seem to be matching. So I'll just go ahead and knot this thread here and snip it. I'll further stitch downwards a bit, just so that everything is in place. I'm just going to continue, not minding that my zipper stopped 1 inch or so above. I'll just stitch normal 1 inch. I'll use the hand stitch as a guide. To finish off the zipper area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it like this, upside down, and then I'll start stitching from the previous stitch. I'll reinforce. I'm just going to continue stitching to where this zipper ends here. And when I get to this point, I'm going to adjust it and reinforce at that point. I'm doing it gently because I don't want to break my needle again. And this is it. So don't mind that the stitches do not meet, it's not a problem. Let me show you what it looks like. See? Everything is close to neatly and it sits flat. When I press, it's going to sit perfectly flat and this place will be fully opened. So next thing I'm going to do is to finish off the zipper. To do that, I'm just going to cut this off like this. Okay, so I'll bring this one this way, and then I'll bring this way and stitch. Go ahead and cut this off because I don't need it. So I'll stitch this side and this side, just the zipper. I'll reinforce. I'll stitch the other side as well. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut this off completely. It's not needed. And this is what it looks like. And here it is. Next thing I'm going to do now that I'm done attaching my zipper or installing my zipper is to go ahead and attach the facing.